Devsys really blew it this time. The CRK community finally snapped. An absolutely gigantic backlash occurred in CRK's official Discord server. Thousands upon thousands of furious players. It was an angry digital mob. Over these past few months, it's been non-stop drama after drama after drama. But what exactly happened? What made tensions continuously rise between Devsys and their players? What exactly happened when that huge bubble of anger popped? And who was actually in the right, the player base or Devsys? Well, in order to understand the whole angry mob situation, let's go back to the beginning and take a look at the root of a lot of the drama. Devsys is financially struggling. The Dark Enchantress updates underperformed, and Devsys had a net revenue loss of over $11 million US, which occurred in the first 3 months of 2026. Another reason why they underperformed is cause they don't really listen to the English community. It takes a ton to get their attention. You'll see a bunch of examples of this later in the video. Another reason why they underperformed is cause they released Cookie Run Oven Smash. Its initial launch failed due to being laggy, buggy, cookies being poorly balanced, its marketing failing, etc. Because of this, they're trying to save money, but this came with dire consequences. Cutting back on spending money caused the overall state of CRK to degrade and fall apart. A huge example of this is the latest patch notes for the Povidone Iodine update. CRK is ending its French language support. The patch note says, starting with this update, game content will be provided in English instead of French. The existing French localization from previously released content will remain available for the time being. Devsys is probably doing this to save costs since they're financially struggling and there's not enough French readers to justify continuing it. However, this means that the player base is gonna shrink even more since it alienates French readers. Now, let's see what players have to say about this. We're gonna head into CRK's official Discord server and look at the Kingdom feedback text channel. This server's in shambles, but we'll cover that later. Here's a pretty sad message. Bro, just don't remove French support. My friend loves this game but only speaks French, son. Now, here's another one about monetization. I'm not a market genius, but isn't stopping French translation just a way to lose even more potential earnings? Translating and implementing costs more than the French speakers market? I'm fluent in English, so it won't impact me that much, but I have friends who are not and will probably just quit playing. Yeah, that's pretty sad, but now let's move on to another piece of drama. Another thing players were mad about is the game's optimization. So for the whole entire croissant cookie update, a ton of iOS users couldn't play the game without lagging or crashing, and a lot of them couldn't even load the game. Here's an example of that. This message says, "Please, it's been like 2 weeks now, please optimize your game, iOS is still unplayable." Devsys actually did something good for once and responded, saying they're gonna fix the optimization problem in the Povidone Iodine update. And based on what I've seen so far, the optimization was improved and some people benefited, but overall it's still a disaster and is still a buggy mess, so Devsys didn't do a good job of fixing the game. Also, the damage has already been done. Imagine not being able to play CRK for a whole update. Yeah, that's how you lose a lot of players and make even less revenue while struggling financially. At least they finally addressed the problem though. So there's another bit of drama I haven't covered on this channel yet. It's not really Devsys' fault, but it's definitely a company called Tencent's fault. So the Chinese version of CRK is getting a new costume for Black Sapphire. It looks like this and it's red. See this purple version of the costume? Doesn't it look just like the red one? Well, it turns out the purple one is fan art, and Tencent plagiarized it. And here's a further explanation as to how Tencent plagiarized the fan art. Same highlights, same horns, same eye makeup, same fang, same color, same sleeve shape. Absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely vile to see this happen to Chinese CRK. The community has a ton of artists and it's just disrespectful. So you can see how all these different dramas pile up on each other and just piss off the player base. But wait, there's even more drama. So you may be wondering what caused the gigantic riot that occurred in the official CRK Discord server. One reason why it happened was cause everyone was fed up with the Discord mod team and how they managed the server way before the whole incident happened. So I need to give you some context first. This riot wasn't that spontaneous. Rather, this anger was building up for a very long time, and one huge reason why the mod team became hated was cause of the Grandmaster 1 incident. So at the beginning of an arena season, 9 Grandmaster 1 players got banned from the game due to abusing in-game mechanics, inflating each other's trophy count to the moon through win trading. However, 2 months before this win trading occurred, the leader or ringman of the whole win trade operation actually reported this game mechanic to DevSysers in their Kingdom feedback channel, and DevSys ignored it. The whole win trading situation occurred because it was the only way to make DevSys actually pay attention to it. So anyways, the ringleader's report had 500 upvotes in Kingdom feedback. Getting 100 upvotes is uncommon and really good, and getting 500 upvotes is extremely rare, but the mod team felt really corrupt that day. They deleted that 2-month-old feedback. It's reasonable to delete a feedback from a few days ago, but deleting a feedback from 2 months ago, that just doesn't sound right, does it? After that, whenever someone brought up the Grandmaster 1 incident in Kingdom feedback, the mod team deleted their messages too. Here's one reaction I managed to save. Here's a suggestion: please stop deleting actual feedback. You have a feedback channel for a reason, don't delete feedback from it. And then I proceeded to spread the word by making a video about it. It's also on my channel. So this absolutely destroyed the mod team's reputation. People keep pointing out that they delete perfectly good feedback up to this very day. There's also a lot more drama, like the mod team ruining an art forum and also banning players for bad reasons, but I don't really know enough about that stuff to talk about it. Okay, it's finally time to talk about the CRK Discord drama. Keep in mind that this server is official, backed by DevSys, and has over 600,000 people in it. It all began when the Timekeeper and Croissant ship was banned. If you talked about that ship, you got punished. If you didn't know, Timekeeper and Croissant are actually the same person, but from different timelines. That's right, they're the same person. This shows up in Oven Break lore and stuff. So the CRK community really likes their ships, and once that Timekeeper Croissant ship got banned, and admins of the server tried to defend that ban, well, everything blew up. The text channel called Fun Talk was absolutely obliterated. Thousands upon thousands of angry players and angry messages. It was a digital riot. Everyone was metaphorically holding up pitchforks and torches. The drama leaked into other text channels, and even some other Discord servers like mine, poured into Twitter, poured into YouTube a little bit. It was everywhere. Now, it's time to look at what people have to say about this. Guys, if you say Timekeeper Croissant now, there's a chance to get perma-banned. Here's a picture of someone actually getting banned. So yeah, bans are pretty frequent. Now, here's the perspective of someone who doesn't support the Timekeeper Croissant ship. As someone who doesn't support the ship, the way the issue was handled was weird. It was just banned and that's it. If a lot of people of your community seem to like this ship, the least the mods could do is properly talk about it before taking a decision. I understand why you would be uncomfortable with this ship. The problem is that this matter was poorly handled, nothing is clear, and actions were taken out of nowhere. Not sure about this last one. I just kindly ask you to communicate things better and make clear what's going on, cause right now everything is really confusing, and if something in the server is not allowed, we need to know, thank you. However, there's actually more to this. The mod team is trying to fix everything. At first, their damage control was pretty bad cause like the admins made people really upset. However, eventually they actually listened and are starting to do the right thing after they released a PR statement about unbanning the Timekeeper Croissant ship. So it's good that they're trying to fix what went wrong. Things are cooling down now, and it looks like the server will survive to see another day. Alright, there you have it, your daily dose of CRK drama. Like, comment, subscribe for more drama videos, alright?